election-wise, what's changed with election over the years?
Yeah, but I trace it back to the end of Bush's administration, the one I worked for, George W. Bush. And as a result of the war in Iraq and how this divisive the war became and the opposition to Bush over the war became, the Democrats started to call him a war criminal. Now, I never previously heard, I was just referring to George H.W. Bush calling somebody a clown and being criticized. All of a sudden now, you're a war criminal. Attorney General Al Gonzalez, you're a war criminal. The language, the tone, things just started to change. Social media is now invented. It didn't exist when I was in office. It came at the end of the Bush years and into the Obama years. That allowed people just to let it rip with no filter. And people said the meanest, nastiest things on social media, and that just became part of the parlance that enveloped us, as opposed to the older decorum where people said, show some respect. Don't say those things. Keep your thoughts to yourself. Those old-fashioned notions, sticks and stones. And then it got worse. Obama comes into office, and certainly he was a divisive president. He had very low regard for Republicans. Republicans had low regard for him. Donald Trump, of course, said he wasn't born here, which was wrong. Said he was born in Kenya, which was wrong. It just starts, it continued. It snowballed. And again, social media piles on top of it where people agree to these things. And then it just continued on. And then Trump's win. Trump wins in 2016. And half of America becomes unhinged and says it's because of Russia collusion and the whole Trump's illegitimate. And for all the criticism of Republicans being election deniers, which is valid criticism, it was started by the Democrats in 2016 when they never accepted Donald Trump's election. So all of this has made a pitted America, pitted camps. I'm a believer, though, Pat, in the pendulum swings in this country. And it always swings back toward the center, always back to reasonableness and moderation, because that's the temperament of the American people. We're going through a phase. We're going through a swinging phase.
You think we're going to go back to being diplomatic? Like you think, because the one thing, is there anything that's not going to change? Is there anything that's going to change?
Yeah.
I think like what I think is going to change, hey, we're going to go left. Oh my God, we're going too far left. Ah, we're going to go right. Oh, we're going too far right. Oh, we're going to go left. I think that part may be right. But are we, at a point where, you know how they say, well, the first time you have sex and you lose your virginity, it's like, and then second, third, nobody, and then it's like, oh, let it rip. You're single, you're not even thinking about it anymore. It's a complete different story. But the first time is the first time, then it becomes normal. Are we living in the trolling era where this Jake Paul, this Dana White, this Conor McGregor, Trump, Elon Musk, where trolls are winning? So it's becoming a playbook to say, I have to learn how to troll. Not that these folks are trolls. They're learning how to troll. They're learning how to poke. And schools, but if you go to a regular debate class you take, they don't teach you on how to handle trolls. They don't teach you on those kinds of things. They say, well, when you debate, you have to respect your opponent and you have to go based on this. And then all of a sudden, boom, a troll shows up. You don't know how to address that. Do you think the trolling is here? That's not going away. And a name calling and all of that? Or are we gradually going to go back to being extremely diplomatic to each other?
We are living through a very vituperative era. Trolls and just the breakdown of old-fashioned treat people with dignity and respect, even if you disagree with their opinions. The solution to that is easy. One day, a leader will run for president who actually means it and can rise up and unite people. We have politicians who run now saying, I'm a uniter, I won't do this or I won't do that. Then they get into office and right away get divisive. We're going to get sick of this. And one day a president's going to tap into that. And a president who is genuinely somebody who people respect, he treats people with dignity, he looks at the other party and says, I disagree with your ideas, I'm going to defeat you on your ideas, but I respect the fact that you love this country too. And that is the hallmark of America. We have always had a level of unity, acceptance, tolerance that unites us as Americans, makes us the envy of the world. And a Ronald Reagan-style candidate who comes out and reminds people about what this country, this city on a hill, can be like, is going to have a huge following by temperament, not necessarily by ideology, by temperament, because we're going to get tired of the vituperative era, and the pendulum will swing.
You think so? You think it's going to?
I do.
So give me. I know everybody says we need another Ronald Reagan to show up, right? And we need another. John F. Kennedy. Democrats will say we need a Clinton temperament to show up because how he was. Well, then Obama showed up. But do you think a person like that can show up and take all the constant criticism and get the media to turn around and be kind and gentle and soft to them?
Not about the media. It's about the country. It's about the people. Yes, I believe that the thing about the presidency and whoever emerges to run for president, they single-handedly have the ability to set an example. This is what presidents do. And when the example a president sets is to belittle, is to continue the vituperative streak that our nation is in the middle of, people follow. When a president actually rises up and people read it and see it and believe that this guy actually does focus on unity, even if ideologically he's different from you or me, that president has a chance. That's leadership. It's about leadership.
So with all the craziness taking place, I believe future looks bright. If you believe future looks bright, get your latest Future Looks Bright hat of Valuetainment. It says Future Looks Bright here, Future Looks Bright here. We got them in white, we got them in black, we got them in red. Our black on black sold out. These are about to sell out. If you haven't ordered one yet, we had a person in Michigan, bought one, then he bought three. Then when those 3 people were in the office, they had to order 58 of them because people wanted the Future Looks Bright hat, especially during times like this, because ain't nobody saying Future Looks Bright. To order your Future Looks Bright hat, click over here. And to watch the entire podcast, click here. Take care, everybody.